Sports Illustrated calls it one of the biggest sporting events of the summer. Indiana University Supercoach Bobby Knight says if a basketball team trained as hard as these kids do, it would be unbelievable. This is Drum Corps. Sight, sound, motion, and emotion of the country's finest youth in a spectacle of raw energy and excitement. Drum Corps began as quasi-military units that marched military formations. Today, the corps are evaluated on creativity, execution, and the uniqueness of their presentation. Bugles, once used to call commands for marching into battle, are now more likely to be heard belting out hard-hitting Broadway show tunes or up-tempo jazz arrangements. After World War II, American Legions, VFW posts, and the Boy Scouts kept the Drum and Bugle Corps spirit alive and growing until 1971, when Drum Corps International was founded. DCI, headquartered in Lombard, Illinois, now coordinates the activity of its member corps and promotes the musical sport worldwide. But just what is a Drum and Bugle Corps? Now, hold on. In the next 5 minutes, you'll get an inside look at an entire Drum Corps season. Drum and Bugle Corps can be divided into 4 segments or captions: brass, percussion, marching, and color guard. The main similarity between drum corps and marching bands is that they usually perform on a regulation American football field. Beyond that, the similarity begins to disappear. In a drum corps, there are no woodwind instruments, trombones, or even tubas. All brass instruments are bugles orchestrated as a choir: sopranos, altos, baritones, and bass. Soprano horns may be more familiar as trumpets. The alto family consists of flugelhorns, French horns, and mellophones. Baritone horns and euphoniums make up the baritone family, and the big contrabass provides the low-end sound of the tuba. All bugles are pitched in the key of G and are sized differently to cover different octaves. The percussion line includes snare drums, bass drums, multi-toms, and mallet instruments such as timpani, xylophones, and gongs. Now, these are the only instruments that don't march. They're played on the side of the field in what is known as the pit. Marching drills are created to interpret the music through motion, speed, and tempo changes. Flowing lines, curved formations, and axis movements that replace traditional marching require countless hours of practice. The color guard includes flags and rifles and has changed considerably over the years. Originally, the military unit was charged with guarding the colors or flag during battle. Over the years, drum corps color guards have evolved to include a striking array of other visual effects, and they're becoming referred to as a visual ensemble. Drum Corps is a December through August activity. The winter months consist of weekend camps where members learn the drill and music of the 10 to 11.5-minute show. In June, after an intense final 2-week camp, the Corps hits the road. The tour will include 30 performances in competition with other corps from around the country for a combined audience of more than 200,000 people. A typical tour will consume 10,000 gallons of gasoline, 80 quarts of oil, and cover 15,000 miles in 3 buses, 2 equipment trucks, a souvenir trailer, plus 2 motorhomes. As the Corps travels about, the members live in the lap of luxury, sleeping on gymnasium floors and practicing 8 to 10 hours a day. A typical day begins with stretching and warm-ups, followed by marching and maneuvering. Corps members sing the music rather than play it to concentrate on the drill. After lunch, the brass and drum sections warm up musically while the visual ensemble practices its performance. After a short break, the 3 sections combine for a full corps rehearsal and run-throughs of the entire show. Then it's dinner and time to get ready for the evening performance. As the end of the summer nears, 70 of the 300 drum and bugle corps from around the country converge on the host city for the Super Bowl of Drum Corps, the Summer Music Games. This final week of competition determines the best drum and bugle corps in the country. And if you're very good and very polished, you earn the ranking of a top 12 corps in the world, the elite of the Drum Corps International activity. Regardless of the order of finish, each one of these 7,000 kids on the field walk away winners. They have gained a musical education by intention and an education in life inadvertently. They develop self-esteem and confidence while learning skills that require attention and discipline. They started the season, for the most part, strangers. They end the season as family, holding friendships that will last a lifetime. These kids have learned and lived the true meaning of team spirit, an invisible union of the individual and the group coexisting for a single purpose. They have experienced the regard, honor, devotion, and pride that each member feels for the group as a whole and for each other as belonging to it. This is Drum Corps.